like we had, this is the random, and this is the if calculation, is what I did. And this I will call it the profit. Okay? Now I know that my profit in this simulation is $300. But how much I'm going to get by average? I have no idea. What I'm doing, I'm going to add-ins, press it on Monte Carlo. As formula, I'm choosing the profit, including the label above. I don't have to, but I prefer to have a label. Simulation trials, so I need to run, let's say that I want to run 500 times, I need to have it somewhere. So I need to have a cell with 500, I can't just write 500. So again, this is the variable. This is the number of trials. And the result, let's say that I want it here. Okay, I can run. It will run 500 times. And you see the variable name is profit. The average profit that I got is 208.9. Standard deviation, minimum, and reversing. And and I have some type of an histogram. So I can see that 99 of the times it's less than 300. 95 of the times it's also less than 300. It tells me about the median is 200. 50% of the time it will be 200 or less, which makes sense, right? Because 20% was 50, 40% 200, and 40% 300. So exactly the mid is on 200. And yeah, so this is the result, and this is what we want. So we'll actually do that. So let's say that now I want to know what is the percentage of the times I get $300, okay? Probe to get 300. Of course, here you know what is the result is going to be. It's going to be 40%. But let's say that I want to actually see it for the simulation. So I will use if. We say if the profit is equal to 300, then 1, otherwise 0. Okay? And here it's 1. And then I can run the Monte Carlo simulation again. This time I will choose 2 variables. The simulation trials is the same, and the result is the same. Data exists, that's okay. And now I can see that the average, okay, I'm looking now on this variable, and I can see that the average is 404. It means that 40.4% of the time I got 300. Okay? And I'm not just showing this to you for fun, you will actually need to do this time. Okay. The minimum, maximum, all this stuff. Let's actually do a problem on that, okay? Can you open the problem set of that?
Can I see that formula in the problem?
Okay, 1 second.
You want to go back to
It's if the number is less than, if the number is equal to 300, then 1.
Oh no,
Otherwise,
the formula next to it, under profit. Yeah, that's it.
the formula you had under the probability?
Probability
Yeah,
if.
300.
So I just it's actually not a probability. The name of the name of the cell is not very accurate. But if the profit equal to 300, then 1, otherwise 0. Okay. I guess what is simulation? Okay, let's read question 1, okay? A company wants to better understand the range of the NPV of its profit over the next 20 years. The annual growth rate of its revenues is the hardest to predict. So CFO makes a simple assumption that the growth rate of revenues each year is uniform between -10 and 30. The spreadsheet below computes the NPV profit for one simulated path. Run a 500 trial simulation to estimate the following summary stats of the NPV of the profit. Okay?
We're not on the page.
You're not going to what?
Go to this problem.
Yeah.
Just tab over.
Okay, so this is the problem. So as you can see, if you will go and we want to understand this table, so go to the revenue growth, and you will see that they use grant. It gives a number between 0 to 1. Then you will multiply it by D14 minus D13, that it's 0.4, and then we add -10. To create this, think about how would you create, using grant, a number between -10 and 30. So we first multiply grant by the range, which is 40, 0.4, and then we add the base. Okay? That's right. If I want to create let's say that I want to create a range between 50 and 100. So the formula will be the base 50 plus 1 multiplied by 100 minus 50. Okay, this is to create a range of 50 to 100. Okay? So this is exactly what they do. And then the other stuff is like the same. I'm just increasing my revenues. I have some costs that they are just like according to the model. I have some profit and I have some discount factor. Okay? Discount factor is according to the D11, the 7%. Okay, so so what is the profit of this simulation? So the profit of this simulation is just the NPV. Okay, it's not a finance or accounting session, but it's the NPV. The first argument is the discount rate. The second argument is just all the profit. Yeah, actually it will not work. If you remember, NPV, I always start it, okay, I hope I'm not confusing you, from year 1, not from year 0. So I will start it from year 0. and plus, and then I'm adding the -3 of profit in year 1. Because the NPV formula assumes that the first cash flow is in year 1. So I'm adding the 0 after that. Okay, so this is the profit.
Well, can you go back to that?
Again, it's less business analytics. I don't expect them to give you things. I could do it easily, more easily. Just multiply the discount factor by the profit. I already did all the discounts, then sum. But I did it just using the NPV formula. If you prefer, you can just do it the discount factor, multiply by the profit. And then take the sum. As you can see, if I did it right, I'm getting the same numbers in these two ways. Okay, or the NPV or just using the discount factor. Again, it's not business analytics, so let's not spend time. I actually need the name profit to be above the variable. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about what we're doing. What is being randomized each time? The revenue growth?
So what is randomized is the revenue growth of each year.
Okay.
And then after that, after 15 years, this is what are going to be the cash flows. We can see that the profit, the present value of the profit is $31 million or dollars or whatever.
Okay.
So I randomize for each year, and then the final result is 31. Okay, so it's 15 years. Like one sample is 15 years. Now I'll run these things. I will run it 500 times.
Kobe, whenever I like type in anything, like I can type in X and it changes the numbers.
Yeah. Every time you press F9, it will randomize again.
Oh, because
It will change all the time. It's randomized. Run is a function to give you a random
So all
number.
of us be getting different answers.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get the number.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah, we get different answers, of course.
The second formula.
But after you run the Monte Carlo, the result of the Monte Carlo should be very, very similar. Because it's the average of 500. Guys, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Let's now run the Monte Carlo. So Monte Carlo, run Monte Carlo simulation. The formula is just this thing. The formula is the profit. Because I wanna create formula of this. So I write the name above and the value. The simulation trials is the 500. And the result, I just wanted to sum. Somewhere, where do you want the result? The out.
Formula is profit and the number.
The profit is including the title, and below the title you want the result of the profit. No, you don't want this.
What's the
Only
number?
is the title. Yeah, we can do that.
And then result?
Yeah.
You just select the box, so it like spits it out somewhere.
why are you laughing at me? Oh, it always. Yeah.
4.47. 4.7 seconds.
Wait, what's the result?
Whatever.
Then you just have one.
Okay, guys.
What's the,
Then I can. What's the what?
so under profit, and then you have something else under profit?
Yeah, let me fix it. This is just because of too many.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Okay. Guys, you all managed to run a Monte Carlo simulation?
Yeah.
So let's see what we see. The average profit is 109.22. Standard deviation is that, standard error is that. The minimum that I lost 127. The maximum I made 697. The median is 87. And then I can see the percentile and all this stuff. Okay? Let's see what the question asks. Okay, so it asks us the average, median, standard deviation, standard error, and probability NPV is smaller than 0. Let's see if we have it here. We don't have it. How can we calculate what is the probability that NPV is smaller than 0? I can add another variable is smaller than 0. And again, it will just be if the profit is lower than 0, then 1, otherwise 0. Okay? Is that clear, this variable?
Sorry, can you go back?
Just an if. If this number is lower than 0, then 1, otherwise 0. Yeah, I can also do it using a histogram. Let's try it in 2 different ways. Okay. Now we can run again Monte Carlo simulation. Let's see what the histogram gives us.
The Monte Carlo wasn't working.
It wasn't.
No, and then I updated another add-in.
I hope I don't have to do this on really.
Like, I don't even know what go to the comment and watch this video.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do it in another way, but just one way, I added a variable. This may be confusing. Oh. Do it again. So you see that the is smaller than 0, I can see that the average is 0.2. So 20% of the time, the number was 1, which means that 20% of the time, I got a number that is lower than 0. Okay? Any questions about simulation? Yeah.
Is there a number on this output that won't change no matter how many times we run the simulation? Like, will this standard error?
You ask about this output?
No, the Monte Carlo output. Will the standard error be about the same number every time?
So if you run a big number of samples, it's supposed to be about the same numbers. Yeah.
So I'll
Okay,
put
yeah,
another
I was just
column in.
How do you get P, column P?
The what?
Did you just select more cells?
When you get is smaller than 0, can you show what you did?
How do I get two variables for the Monte Carlo?
No, like, what is going on here with is smaller than 0? Like, you just did that just now?
Yeah, I added a variable. Yeah, I added another variable.
Yeah.
And I run the Monte Carlo with two variables. I can run as many as possible. As many as I want.
Okay. Profit, and then what's on cell K16? What's this? Is this? Thank you. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Now we have a second variable.
Okay, you feel good with the simulation Monte Carlo something like that? I don't think it's too complicated. I think the only thing is that to know how to use the if right and to know how to use the run function. Other than that, running the Monte Carlo is not very hard.
How do you get the median?
The median I'm getting from the 50%.
Okay.
Here you can see that the around 77 points. Great. Okay. Let's see the last 10 minutes that we have. Let's speak a little bit about optimization.